Let's say I was applying to jobs in Memphis actually now.
Okay.
I would have this open. I would type in a word. Since Memphis, I know it's so broad, I would just type in, first I would actually target what I'm looking for. Digital marketing. If I'm looking for a client, then I don't really care for this right here. I would just leave it as it is. Memphis being a small market, I can leave this at 100.
Okay.
And just start, I would close some of these tabs because we don't need that many things going on. Start opening these up. I would make sure this is showing 40. Yep, it is. So you see, I'm only doing the ones with orange. And to help myself, I sometimes make the screen a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So I can do more. And that sometimes slows things down as well.
No problem. Just want to follow you. So we'll see how you're doing the multiple postings piece.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer's being a little laggy with the...
No problem.
We're just going to do it like this.
I'm not in a rush. We're good. You got my attention. I sift and sort and eliminate 9 out of 10 people I talk to. It's taken months to find you. So let's see if we got the real deal.
I'm glad you find it interesting.
Fascinating. I admire clever gorillas.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, what it comes down to really, technically it's spamming. But the thing is that you almost have to do that to some degree if you're looking at finding who it is that you're looking for, right? If you're very specific, and there's a lot of, like you were saying, there's a lot of mustard to go through before you get to what you're looking for. And to do that, there's no other way but to go through each one sometimes. So I've opened up the whole page, and what I would do here now is just, see, I've already applied to some of these. Control W closes it. Open this, go back to here, Control A, Control C, paste, continue. I just say yes to anything unless it's asking me if I'm more like a serial killer or something like that. And just go on to the next one. Done.
And so you're virtual. Are you sending them a list of keywords you want them to do this on?
Yep, I send them the keywords.
Okay.
And then I have a long discussion with them to explain to them the overall project. If they understand what it is that I'm trying to achieve, they typically will have a much better idea and will be able to think on their feet as well.
Okay.
That's the trick with virtual assistants, is to train them on the overall goal for projects, so you don't have to micromanage them every step of the way.
And so out of so you'll push out how many of these in an average day? And now I'm in the numbers.
The most I've done in an average day, I spent the whole day doing it myself one time with like 2 other guys helping me. I did probably like 3,000 of these, 4,000.
In a day?
The most return phone calls I've gotten in one day is about 50 in LA when I did this first when I came here.
Wow, terrific.
And then emails, there are so many emails coming in, I can't even keep up with it. So it just depends on how much you're looking to scale this. And in Memphis, you can't really scale it because there aren't that many positions available. There aren't that many jobs. And if you do a generic search for marketing, sometimes you're going to run into a lot of not like traditional marketing positions that are not online anything. So you may not hit the right types. LA, it's endless. It's going to be endless. New York, it's endless. San Francisco, it's endless. You're never going to run out of companies to do this with. There's so many. And you can do the same trick on ZipRecruiter as well, by the way.
Okay.
So you get the idea now. I'm going
I do. Now,
do a few more.
Tell me, take a look. Okay, so from this, if you send out 1,000, you're getting how many phone calls? 50? Or is it 4,000 you get 50?
It does depend on the targeting, right? Like how well were you able to, did I apply using a keyword like business, or did I apply using a keyword like SEO? Makes a huge difference. If I did business, I might have hit a lot of stuff that don't apply to me, and those people are probably not going to call me back, and even if they do, it's going to be a very short phone conversation. But assuming I'm using a very targeted keyword, like let's say online marketing or social media, on average for every, let's say 100 I will probably get at least 5 phone calls 5, 10 phone calls, maybe more,
Okay, let me
and
look
lots
at
of
it. Okay,
emails.
so 100, you'll get 5 calls. When you
Right.
talk to 5 people, they're hungry, they're motivated, they're looking for a solution, they can afford to hire you, blah, blah, blah. How many out of 5 are going to say yes?
So, by the way, just for as a disclaimer, I don't have any data to show you necessarily on this. This is just
No
estimations.
problem. No problem. I'm looking at, could I potentially hold up a mirror for you on an outside the box scaling opportunity that you might not see yet?
Yeah.
So out of 100 people, you get five calls.
I probably get more phone calls than that, to be quite honest with you. If I'm doing that kind of targeted things, I would probably say for every 100, I would get at least 15 or 20 phone calls, maybe.
Okay, well, let me show you something. Go ahead and hop. We don't have to do a screen share back and forth. Go ahead and hop. You do it so we have it on the recording. Go ahead and go to www.your mentor, for is FOR, success.com. Yourmentorforsuccess.com.
I'm wondering if this has been recording so far. I think it has. Or is it just sharing?
Something, it says Screencastify is sharing your screen. It says sharing. I don't know it's recording. Yeah, desktop's being recorded.
Yeah,
You're
looks
there.
like it.
Okay. So think of this a different way. Be open-minded for a different application. This is, you've seen plenty of these. This is very simple, but it's an interactive way to sift and sort your A prospects from your B prospects from your C prospects. Now, how we would do that in your, the way your application here would be a little bit different, because someone that you're applying for isn't going to go through a process like this. But changing it, completely easy. So when someone, if you move, if you self-assess yourself here, essentially when they go through marketing, business strategy, go all the way to the bottom, they say, I've got marketing strategies, here's my pain or problem, I'm ready to work with the right coach or mentor to get this done. This is something that I used when I was running my own company, about 600 reps, local guerrilla marketing. And it worked incredibly well because according to Salesforce.com, 3% of the people you talk to are ready to buy today. But that's 97% that need either 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches or 120 days from now. So are you dropping any of these people that are responding? Are you dropping them into whether it's Infusionsoft or Mailchimp, Aweber, or do you have any kind of long-term drip campaign for any of these folks?
No, because it's using Indeed, and I don't necessarily have their email address from Indeed.
But the ones that call you or email you?
Oh, I gotcha.
They've already established now they're a suspect, right? They've done
Right.
so that we will move them into prospect. So those people that respond back, are you putting them into a drip?
Not a drip, but I put them in an Excel and note each one and my last communication with them. So I have not used any sort of, but
I am going to become super valuable for you.
Yeah, we actually, so for a while, actually, I was doing this in conjunction with a couple of other guys. We were just starting to form like a growth hacking agency. That's when we were using Base, and that's when we would put these in Base and create them as a lead. Okay. The whole system was automated at that point. So I don't know if you used Base before or not. It's extremely helpful. If you call one of your prospects, it'll note down exactly what happened in the call. You can write everything down, shares it with the whole team. That we've done before.
Yeah, I have a whole system on that. There's a $300,000 piece of software we developed in our local guerrilla reps. So yes, we have that. It's the CRM, follow-up system, mobile follow-up, video, you name it. And it all happens automatically when you hang up from either Skype or it's fully integrated. Totally got it.
Yep.
My question for you is, right now, the people that are emailing back or calling you back, they're going to an Excel spreadsheet, so that's not automated.
No.
Okay.
When I did it by myself, no. When I did it with Airplane, which is the growth hacking stuff, then we would put them in Base. Then they were getting, put into a system.
Okay. All right. Tell me what's next. They call in. You then schedule how many? Is it a 2, 3 call close?
So let's assume 10 called me back.